Good morning, you guys. So, I've received I've received notification. Some of my videos are being taken down. Um, one one was the honor in Alzheimer's. So I'm getting slammed sometimes over there on YouTube. Let's see. They scrub comments. I watched a comment. I was reading a comment the other day from one of you folks, and I watched it disappear before my eyes. I've seen that happen several times. So they've been scrubbing comments for a while. Um, they've they've added like extreme restrictions to some of my content, and they've stopped comments on some of my content, and now they're taking certain content down. So I'm gonna have to be really, really careful and discerning if you folks want to keep seeing me. I'm not sure what to do about this current situation. I am thinking, I don't know. I've got to figure this out. But anyway, that's where we stand today. So some of my content's being taken down. Um anyway, I hope that you're all having a bright, sunshiny morning and vibing high and full of love and sending that out into the universe and into the world over. I Because this is happening, there's content that I want to do that I was asked to do a week ago, and I'm not sure that I can do that publicly without really getting smacked for it. And I have to be careful at this point because too many smacks leads to trouble, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm just trying to rethink a few things. But anyway, the healing intentions are always set for you folks. And, if you want them, breathe them in for your highest and greatest good only and always. I don't know. I may end up having to open up another channel that's just private content. And just for some of the more controversial readings. I really don't know how I'm going to handle this right now. I've got to brainstorm a little bit. Yeah, I just got to brainstorm a little bit, you guys. So anyway, one of the questions that I was asked to peek into is the emergency alert system or the emergency broadcast system. We grew up calling it the emergency broadcast system in my day, and a lot of people still refer to it that way. Today, a lot of people are calling it the emergency alert system. That's probably what they're calling it. That's probably the new name for it, and that's why there's, and but it stands for the same thing, right? It comes on and it tells us what's going on. It interrupts everything and comes on, and then the news, the current situation. So I was asked to look into that, and what I've gotten is very interesting. So I figured I'd do the rest of the reading with you folks because this is kind of interesting to me. So I asked for a true story about the emergency alert system. Were we going to see it? And I went over with my guides how it's been being reported and how that we will be given an emergency alert system in the days to come or the months to come or whatever. And so this is what I got, you guys. I got a very interesting reading. Anyway, the energy driving this reading is the star 17, right? So think about that for a second. 17. The answer to the question, will we see an emergency alert system or an emergency broadcast system? We have the wands. This is my fast moving energy, and it's the 8. So All right. And then above that, to shine a light on things, the Hermit. For me, because I read the way these cards mean something to me. For me, the Hermit is a very high vibrational. He shines his light on the darkness to show what's going on, right? Very high frequency. So when you look at this, it looks as though possibly it may have been tried or done, or they thought about doing it already up to 8 times to shine a light on things. But we have this high priestess here, and she can be pretty tricky. She sits right in between the light and the dark, right? And so she can be good or she can be bad. And just above that, there's the walking away from it. So I'm thinking it could have already been an attempt to do this. But something got in the middle of it and it was forced to be walked away from. But it may have been something, maybe they tried it 8 weeks ago. Maybe they tried it 8 days ago. Maybe they tried it 8 months ago. Maybe they tried it 8 hours ago, maybe 8 seconds, 8 seconds, days, weeks, months. But it looks like it's come in already to shine a light on things, but something got in the middle of it and it had to be walked away from. And then you have the star. So it was brought in by these higher frequencies, the star 17. It was celebratory, but it turned to chaos. Chaotic a strategy. But then, with that 5, you get that little bit of chaos and some disappointments, even though they're still saying it's celebratory, because that's right there in the middle. And this guy is smiling. He's happy. But something went wrong. Something got in the middle of it. They had to walk away from it. But it's still celebratory. So this is interesting. And so I'm going to I wanted to ask with you guys. So we're just going to mess up the cards. Because sometimes I just feel like it feels more like you guys are here when I do it this way. When I'm doing a quick one in the morning with my coffee. So the next thing I want to do, I want to ask, I'm just going to mess these cards up a little bit. I want to ask if they started to do it, because I want to see I guess the easiest way for me to do this, you guys, would be to ask, just to say, am I correct in this, that it came in, or it was coming in to shine a light on things, but something intercepted it. They had to stop. Something got in the middle of that going through fully, and they had to walk away from it. Is that correct? That's what I want to know. Is that correct? And now I'm going to cut them in half, and then I'll cut them 3 times again. I cut them in half, straighten them out, and I'll cut them 3 times again. And I'll take from the top. So is that correct? Is that correct? And I got the Higher Arcana card, so I would say I'm sorry for the glare. So yes, that's correct. That's correct with the Higher Arcana card. A challenge came up. Something got in the middle of it. Just like with there, something got in the middle of it. Something got in the middle of it. Okay, so something got in the middle of it. The challenge, the hump, there was a hump. Something got in the middle of them being able to do this. So something got in the middle of it and they had to walk away. So there was some disappointments, but it's still okay, because even though there was some disappointments, the strategy behind it, this guy's still smiling. So it's still okay, you guys. Even though it caused a little bit of chaos, it's still celebratory. And the star here, they're still very happy with their outcome. So now that I've gotten a true story around that, let's just mess the cards up a little bit more, and let's ask the question. Let's ask the question: will they still? Is that still a plan to bring that forth to us, you guys? We want to know: is it still a plan, as the energy stands today, to bring that emergency alert or emergency broadcast, however you want to, whatever you want to call it, is it still a plan as the energy stands today for that to be brought forth to the people to listen to, right? We want to know. We want to know. Is that still a plan to happen? Will it actually happen and come into fruition? So now I'm going to cut them in half. And I'll do the 3 cuts and we'll start pulling a story here for that. Is it still a plan? That's our bad systems card. Making deals. Strength. Crossing those bridges. The world. And then showing us something. So, okay. So as I say, is that still a plan? I would say they want to start kind of fresh here, right? So is it still a plan? Well, we see that the systems pops up, right? So the broadcast system, it's a system. There are deals being made to bring that forth strong. So they might be working with the systems. They might be working with the radio stations, all of the phones, the computers, the televisions, the radio stations, everywhere that we get our news, because we're asking the emergency broadcast system. We get a system card come right up. So yes, they're still working to this, as the energy stands today, they're still planning on bringing this system forward, the emergency broadcast or emergency alert system, right? So there's some people working together to get this done. It's strong. It's a strong plan. There's some bridges that they need to cross. So there's some things that they need to cross to do before they can bring that fully to the whole world. And then for us to view it, right? For us to view it. So yes, it's going to still come. The system is being worked on by people. It's strong. There's some things they have to do the world over. It's going to bring it to the world for us to view it, because with this card, he's standing there and he's looking out and he's viewing it. So with this card, I said maybe they'd done it up to that many times or tried to up to that many times. With this card, he's out there, he's viewing the freshness, something new. That would be very much a new view for us. But maybe they've tried it 3 times. Maybe they've brought it in quick up to 3 times, but have had to walk away from it. So the system is going to come through. It's being worked on by people. It's got to come through strong. So there's things that they're doing so that this can come through strong. They've got to work through some things, cross some things out, cross some things, because this guy is crossing a river, a bridge, a stream, an ocean. He's crossing whatever it is that he needs to do. He's up against a challenge. Just like in this Lover's card, there was a challenge, but he knows that he can do it, right? So, yeah, it will be brought to the world for us to view. So now let's ask, let's just cut them in half, and then we'll start cutting them in any way that we want for a little bit until I feel like they're done. But let's just ask if we can get a story as the energy stands today, if they have any idea when that might be. Can we get a story of when that may be coming to us? I know it's hard for Spirit to gauge time, because time doesn't exist. So they have to come down into our reality a little bit and gauge to our time. But as the energy stands today, in this moment, can we get an idea when this system would be brought to us? So now I'm going to cut them in half again. And then I'll cut them 3 times. And we'll get our answer. Little story here. Oh, as the energy stands today, can you give us an idea? Well, isn't that interesting? Any more to that? You want to go on with a story? Wow. We're getting, this is interesting, okay, you guys? So we get, as the energy stands today, you want to give us an idea of when this might happen, okay? And so we get the Higher Arcana card, the Emperor, and then we have, we have the 10, okay? 9, 2. Wow. I'm wondering if this will come in and 10 days will finish it when it comes in. And then we've got the 9 and the 2. Could it be in between 2 and 10 days? But it's strong with that Higher Arcana card. So are you saying that as the energy stands today, we could actually see an emergency broadcast system take place with between 2 and 10 days? That it's being prepped by the good guys? Interesting, right? Came up immediately as a 4. And, but then the 10 finishes it in 4 days, and then then runs for 10 days, 4 days, 4 months, 4 seconds. Oh, this is so interesting. Can you tell me if I'm right? It says, hold on, 4. 4. 2 of those 4s, you guys. So as the energy stands today, are you saying that they're planning on bringing that to us in 4 days? In 4 days? Whoop, that was a big one. All right. All right, now I'm just going to cut them twice, and then I'll cut them 3 times, you guys. We'll see. It's looking like 4 days finished in 10. Let's see. 4 days finished in 10, yes. Could be, as the energy stands today, it could be 4 days, in 4 days, finished in 10. So I'll leave you with that, you guys. Let's project that. That would be good. So as the energy stands today, this could happen in 4 days. Today's the 10th. So it could be on the 14th. Is today the 10th? I think it is. Yesterday was the 9th. So, and then finished in 10. Very interesting for the world to view it. I don't know, you guys. That's what I'm getting, at least. Could be in as few as 4 days and finished in 10. So we'll see. We'll see. As the energy stands today, that's what I'm getting. We'll see what happens. All right, you guys, I'm sending you so much love and many, many blessings from me to all of you. All right, take care.